Alright guys, so for this one, I'm gonna be servicing the cooling system. I just got this coolant right here. It's for all makes, models, years. Could be mixed with anything. It's just yellow antifreeze, so I'm gonna be dropping that. I got a thermostat because the temperature, it keeps dropping whenever I'm cruising, and yeah, it's pretty cool outside, so definitely it's stuck open. And I got the gasket, 2 gallons of water. All I'm gonna do is just drop the coolant, fill this up, fill it back up, drop it again, and then I'm just gonna cut this 50-50 and top it off. That's gonna be that. But I definitely want to just try and drop the coolant twice, just to drop it once, fill it up with water, let the fan turn on just so I know everything's going through, have the heater on full hot so it's circulating, and then just drop it again. And this stuff can be mixed with whatever's in the system. But yeah, so I tried this intake, and it was pretty good. I think I'm actually gonna get the cold air intake, cut it right here, and just put this filter there instead of having the filter go down there and hydro lock and everything. The filter is gonna be here, and it kind of shields it from the engine, so that's kind of cool right there. So yeah, so first thing I'm gonna do, take off the intake tube and take off this housing right here for the thermostat. But yeah, all right guys, so I got it drained right here, kind of made a little mess right here, but fortunately coolant, it dries up either clear like water or like a white residue that just like wipes right off, so it's kind of cool. So there's a little bit of oil in there, so I definitely got to get that in a bottle to dispose of it. But yeah, and then leaky lights, these things are all busted. But yeah, so now that the radiator is drained, I'm gonna fill it up with water, get it to operating temperature, then drop that, and I'll proceed on to the thermostat. But I kind of just want to circulate it and get it all flushed out. But yeah. All right, well, actually a little change of plan. I just started filling this back up to flush again, to start up the flush. But instead of that, I'm just gonna end up changing the thermostat now instead of working on it when everything's scalding hot. So yeah, and then I'm gonna flush it again and fill it up the final time with it already installed. All right, so I just removed the ground right here. This is for the pressure switch, and that's just like kind of like ghetto rigged from my previous repair. But yeah, and then there's this ground right here, which this is like super major. If you leave this off, this ground, your car will not start. And don't ask me how I know that. It was pretty frustrating on a friend's DA. So yeah, so you make sure you plug this back in. So now I'm gonna disconnect this coolant fan switch. Let's see, right there. Got that out of the way. Now I'm going to get 110 on the bottom of it right here where my index finger is, and then I'm gonna get that 10 right there. And then yeah, so I'm not gonna pull this off because if I do, I could already see another leak with this ghetto radiator clamp or hose clamp. But yeah, so I kind of want to just get the OEM clamps with a nicer, more pliable hose, but that's later on. So yeah, so let me get this 10 down here and pull this off. All right guys, so I took off the fan switch right there. It's pretty dang crusty. I don't know if that's just debris or just silicone or something, I don't know. But taking off that bolt right there is kind of a pain. Wrong end. Yeah, so I'm just working the way at this, and it's kind of tight. and I have about another 30 minutes until my back goes out, so kind of sucks. All right, there we go. Got that out. It's pretty standard bolt, so if it gets damaged in any way, it's pretty easy to replace, just as long as you don't mess up any threads. So now I'm gonna get that bolt right there and pull everything off. And I could already tell it's gonna be kind of crusty just by looking at that condition right there. But this works. I'm gonna clean it up nicely. All right, guys, so I'm back and I got that other bolt out. And great. That's a lot of fluid, but oh well. There it is right there. Oh yeah, so this thing's junk because my temperature keeps dropping. Oh yeah, so let me clean up in there, go get the fresh one and reinstall. And I made a huge mess. All right guys, so I got it right there installed. That's the fresh one. And yeah, kind of weird because this one, it doesn't really look too old. I was expecting something to be much worse, but yeah, kind of weird. So hopefully it's just not the stupid gauge that's reading wrong, and this is actually okay because this was 30 bucks. It's basically double the price than what it was a couple years ago. So man, gonna pop this back in there and made sure that it went into those little 2 grooves right here. Now I'm just gonna get it. Try and align it if I could. Let me see. Yeah, just goes like that. The hose, it kind of makes it not go in nicely, but yeah, just like that. So let me put the bolts in, tighten it up, get that ground, and clean this up and get this installed, and then get to actually idling this thing. All right, so got everything installed. It's looking pretty good. And yeah, 2 bolts. Got the sensor in, or the fan switch, plug, grounds, and now it's time to fill this up with water, get it to operating temperature, then flush, and then I'm gonna fill up from there, and then it'll be good to go. All right guys, so I'm just letting it idle. It's already pretty hot, so I'm just gonna wait for the fan to turn on and then dump it, and then fill it up with the coolant, and then cap it off. And just in case you guys didn't know, this is actually a bleeder valve right there. If you simply unloosen it, it'll actually get out the bubbles until it runs out completely smooth. Top it off right there, close it, and yeah, that's how. Another little way to bleed it, but the best way is just to go right here because it's the highest point. But yeah, so these things aren't too hard to bleed. Just make sure it's completely topped off, let it idle, let it you know, cycle the coolant. Make sure the thermostat is opening by having all of these lines hot, especially this lower line. You want this lower line to be hot right here. It's pretty cold right now, so I know for sure it is not open, the thermostat, yet. So yeah.